So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged tweet about me. I usually don't respond to this stuff, but let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, stop talking about shit for which you know nothing about. This is out of your depth.
Through black culture, by way of the hip hop movement, become a multi-millionaire, one of the top selling artists of this century, and to use black culture to build your career and then turn around and use the platform that was created through black culture and hip hop. And now you're going to use your platform and your prominence within our culture to work against the progress of black people by joining Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Erica Kirk, Turning Point USA against the best interests of black people.
She needs to be with damn down there. Nicki Minaj needs to be with about Chris Hansen. That's what she needs to be with about.
I am probably the president's #1 fan.
Nicki Minaj out there getting a motherfucking train ran on her by Donald Trump now.
Nicki Minaj has officially gone from being one of the loudest MAGA haters to now shamelessly being their token black woman. And as expected, a lot of black celebrities are dragging her to filth for it. The crazy part is that she isn't even an American, but she's using her platform to influence the decisions of actual Americans. She betrayed the Black American and LGBTQ+ community after using them to progress her now non-existent career. And as if that wasn't bad enough, she is also now going after Beyonce. Yes, Beyonce, the sane woman who literally doesn't bother anyone. Now, unless you've not been on the internet these past few days, you've probably seen Nicki going off on Jay-Z and Beyonce a lot, especially after the Epstein files dropped. She was already going off on them before because apparently they sabotaged her behind the scenes to support Megan Thee Stallion. But now her rants aren't just about them doing her dirty. She is straight up accusing them of indulging in satanic rituals and even calling Jay-Z a PDF file. They sabotaged my documentary because I spoke about that I suffered. They've been trying to stall all my projects in hopes I'd lose a bunch of money and beg them for help. Their leaders still think it's a joke. The destruction that's about to come down on them isn't funny. I told y'all to leave me alone. Now you'll understand why you should have just sat there and taken your meds. Imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out here with a 16-year-old in this day and age, and how y'all would have his head on a platter. The guy was hugging and humping on teens in broad daylight. Next, I'll get on the owner of the Shade Room and more. Now, of course, she got a lot of pushback for this. Not because people felt like what she was saying was wrong, but because she was doing all this talk about PDF files, but had an offender as a husband and a raging PDF file serving prison time as a brother. Not only that, her recent MAGA stance really hasn't been helping her much. In fact, on the night of the Grammys when she was going off on Twitter and exposing Beyonce and Jay-Z, Trevor Noah decided to clown her when he made a comment about her being at the White House with Trump instead of being at the Grammys. It's safe to say Nicki didn't take this well at all, and she outed him on Twitter as gay.
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues.
Actually, Nicki, I have the biggest. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nicki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it, baby.
Trevor refuses to come out the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend, allegedly. But she didn't stop there. She also came for Lizzo, after Lizzo got on TikTok and defended Jay-Z and Beyonce. She body-shamed her and even clowned her for her low album sales. Now, when it comes to Lizzo, Nicki was already waiting on her because back when Nicki showed up on Turning Point, Lizzo had something to say about it, and Nicki never really got around to respond to her. So once Lizzo involved herself again, she took the opportunity and dragged her for filth.
But what I will tell you is you're about to see an influx of people who see that it is more profitable and more beneficial to join that side. You're gonna see it. It already started, and it's gonna continue. This is his first year. This is Trump's first year as president. We got 3 more years of people who are going to surprise you.
Now, as I said earlier, the main reason why people aren't taking what Nicki is saying about Beyonce and Jay-Z seriously is because she decided to go MAGA. And as y'all know, she received a lot of backlash for that as well. In fact, she recently got into a back and forth with Don Lemon, and this is probably what opened the gates for a lot more celebrities to call her out. Their back and forth started after Nicki made this tweet calling the California governor Gavin Newsom a danger to little humans, because he was supposedly more interested in seeing having more trans kids than trans adults. In her tweet, she also insinuated that trans kids are not healthy, and that kids who identify as straight are the normal, healthy ones. It was actually right after this that she appeared on Turning Point USA for her infamous interview with Erica Kirk, and we all saw how that went. It was just a 2-hour-long interview of her glazing Donald Trump and the late Charlie Kirk like her life depended on it. Anyway, things took a turn for the worse when she decided that it was a good idea to attack Don Lemon by calling him homophobic slurs on Twitter. She did this after Don Lemon shared a video on Blue Sky of activists interrupting the church service to protest the pastor's alleged ICE ties. Don cock-sucking Lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. Don Lemon responded to this by calling her homophobic and claiming that she didn't have any idea what she was talking about. He even went as far as bringing up the fact that her brother is a PDF file and her husband, who she decided to have an offspring with, a registered sex offender. He chewed her up and spat her right out.
So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged tweet about me. I usually don't respond to this stuff, but let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, stop talking about for which you know nothing about. This is out of your depth.
You called for Don Lemon's arrest over his church stunt in Minneapolis. He's since called you unhinged, homophobic, and out of your depth. Anything you'd like to say to Don Lemon?
Girl, stop.
But it didn't stop there. DL Hughley also stepped into the chat, and he went off on her mercilessly. He made a tweet responding to what she said about Governor Gavin Newsom. He said she should be more worried about the fact that her husband cannot stand within 1,000 feet of little humans instead of what Gavin has going on. Nicki Minaj shouldn't post anything about kids because her husband can't be within 1,000 feet of one. It ain't Gavin Newsom, it's Chris Hansen she should be worried about.
But Nicki Minaj damn sure needs to stay away from anything posting anything about kids, trans or otherwise. She supports a dude that is on the Epstein list 1,000 times. She's actually married to a registered offender. She shouldn't be able to watch Jason Kidd or listen to Kid and Play or New Kids on the Block. Hell, she got to walk around the aisle with Cabbage Patch Kids on it. And she damn sure should stay away from Sour Patch Kids. And it ain't Governor Newsom Nicki needs to be worried about. It's Chris Hansen.
And if you thought all this was bad, wait till you hear the other things he had to say about her. Remember the comments she made about Don Lemon? Well, TMZ caught up with DL to hear his thoughts, and he doubled down on everything he had already said. He said she should forget about Don Lemon stuffing his mouth with cocks and start worrying more about the offenders in her family. I mean, with that many shady people in her family and her standing with Trump, someone who is also literally in the Epstein files, she is setting a bad example for her son.
That unfolded at this church. Right. You saw this, right? Nicki Minaj going after Don Lemon, you see this? Like, for reporting it?
It was so funny to me. People hate, it's so funny how many on the right hate, they hate transgender and gay people more than they do pedophiles. That's amazing to me. Nicki don't need to worry about this. She needs to be with damn down there, and Nicki Minaj needs to worry about Chris Hansen.
Right after this, the reality TV star Tiffany Pollard also spoke to TMZ about this. And even though she didn't straight up attack Nicki the way that DL Hughley and Don Lemon did, she definitely didn't hold back from making Nicki know that she was tripping. She also said that everything Nicki is doing right now directly goes against her LGBTQ+ fans who've been riding for her for years. According to her, people still love Nicki's music, but her recent talks have definitely made them side-eye. She even suggested that Nicki hang around more progressive figures like Bruce Springsteen so she can find her way back to the woman she used to be.
What would you, any words for Nicki? I mean...
Well, Nicki, you know, we love her music. I've spoken to her several times, you know. Collectively, I feel like we were a little bit disappointed with her, but I feel like she needs to spend a lot of time with Mr. Bruce Springsteen. She needs to go sit on his lap and let him speak some words of wisdom to her heart. Because somebody got her off track and she needs guidance back home.
And then there was Dr. Umar. Just like Tiffany, he also didn't attack Nicki, but what he said was definitely very interesting. He said he believes that the Republican Party deliberately chose Nicki to be their token black woman after Candace Owens decided to sign out of that role. If you remember, Candace Owens also used to be pro-MAGA until a few months ago when she began making a shift. And just like Nicki, she had these same views about everything. The only difference is that Nicki has a way bigger reach than Candace, and that's exactly what MAGA needs to push their agenda.
In the conservative movement in this country, selected Nicki Minaj because they needed a replacement for Candace Owens. Remember, Candace Owens has fallen out of favor with the Republican Party. Black woman. We got to find another black woman who can compete with Candace Owens nationally and internationally to bring attention away from Candace Owens, who is highlighting the Israeli influence on American politics. And so who better to use than Nicki Minaj?
And people also had their thoughts, like this person who said, "I cannot believe that Beyonce let that man ruin her legacy like this. She should have been left that man as soon as she found out the BS. Now I gotta believe she was down with the BS. Like they really took this on the run stuff to hell." Another person said, "I love Beyonce, but I really wish she realized she could have done better. He's ugly. He's now tainting her legacy. He has love babies on the side. Dude is just shady." Mind you, he cheated on her with a white woman to humble her. She's not beating the Southern wife's allegations. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Nicki selling herself out to Trump? And do you really think people are allowing her stance on Trump to distract them from what she is revealing about Beyonce? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.